Okay, so you're picking a driving school. First thing you look at is probably the price, right? But what if the cheapest option isn't really the best value? Today, we're going to dig into what a premium driver's ed program really gets you. And we're going to use the seriously tough streets of Etobicoke, Toronto, as our real-world test track to figure it all out.
Because it really all boils down to this one single question. Is the goal just to get that piece of plastic in your wallet? Or is it to build a set of skills that could genuinely save your life when things go sideways on the road? The answer seems obvious, but a lot of the training out there doesn't quite match up.
So, to really see why this matters, let's set the scene. For a new driver in Etobicoke, learning to drive isn't just a simple spin around the block. No, it's more like a daily gauntlet. First up, you've got the highway pressure cooker. We're talking about trying to merge into high-speed, multi-lane traffic on some of the busiest expressways in North America. This is so much more than just staying in your lane. It's about making split-second decisions at 100 kilometers an hour. And if you manage to survive the highway, you then get thrown into these incredibly dense city arteries. You got to picture it. 6 lanes of traffic, people cutting in and out, chaotic mall entrances, and drivers who are, let's just say they're very assertive. It's a totally different skill set, and it demands constant attention. And as if all that wasn't enough, hey, let's just throw in a good old Canadian winter for fun, shall we? We're talking about deep slush and invisible black ice becoming a regular part of your commute. Suddenly, a normal drive turns into a high-stakes physics lesson you can't afford to fail.
So how in the world do you prepare a brand new driver for all of that? Well, this is where a completely different philosophy of teaching comes into play, what the source material calls a gold standard curriculum.
And this slide really breaks down the two approaches perfectly. Your standard driver's ed, it's all about passing the test. Learning to parallel park, do a 3-point turn, checking the boxes. But the collision avoidance model, it sees the test as just the very beginning. The real goal is to get you ready for all the unexpected stuff the road is definitely going to throw at you.
And this isn't some vague, fluffy concept, right? The source gets super specific with these pillars. Risk perception isn't just seeing a car. It's predicting that car might pull out. Emergency maneuvers are things that are not on the test, but are absolutely vital, like how to get your car back on the pavement if your wheels slip onto a gravel shoulder. And then there's this one, which is huge, cognitive training. This gets into the driver's mindset, their attitude and attention, which is actually the root cause of so many crashes.
But here's the thing. Even with the absolute best curriculum, there's this fundamental weakness. A huge flaw in pretty much all driver training the technology is, well, finally starting to address. It's called the practice gap. Think about it. A new driver gets what, 10, maybe 20 hours of instruction with a pro? But that's just a tiny drop in the bucket compared to the experience they need to be truly safe on their own. That time right after they get their license is statistically the most dangerous period in a driver's life, all because of this gap.
So how big is this gap we're talking about? Get this, over 100 hours. That's the recommended amount of practice to get to a place of real skill. 100+ hours. That is a massive amount of time for parents and new drivers to fill by themselves, especially if they don't have a plan.
And this is where technology steps in. The premium school in our case study uses an app that's designed to do one thing: bridge that practice gap. It's all about making those 100+ hours of practice smarter, not just longer. So here's the breakdown of how it works. It's actually pretty simple. First, it just automatically tracks every single practice drive. No messy logbooks. Second, and this is key, it gives you real feedback. It'll flag things like harsh braking so you can actually sit down and talk about what happened. And finally, it helps you set goals, so you're not just driving around aimlessly. You're actively working on tougher things like highway merges or night driving.
So this all sounds pretty great, right? An advanced curriculum, smart tech to help with practice, but here comes the million-dollar question. What does it cost? And how does it really stack up against everyone else? And this chart really lays out the dilemma for parents. You've got your standard, government-approved schools starting at around $500, maybe $700. But then you see the premium option we're looking at, and whoa, it's more than double that. So it immediately makes you ask, what exactly am I paying for with all that extra cash?
Well, here's the breakdown. The more affordable schools, look, they're laser-focused on one thing: passing the road test. And that's a perfectly good option if you're on a tight budget and just need that certificate. The premium school, though, is playing a completely different game. Their entire focus is on collision avoidance, and they're using tech like that app to build skills for long-term safety and real confidence behind the wheel. So, does the analysis actually justify that much higher price? The conclusion from the source is a pretty clear yes.
It says that extra investment is paid back by the higher probability of avoiding a crash. It basically reframes the price from a cost into a direct investment in safety.
Okay, so what does this whole case study mean for you, no matter where you happen to live? Well, it gives us a blueprint, a playbook for how to evaluate any driving school and ask the right questions.
Here it is. This is your checklist. Instead of just asking, how much does it cost? Start asking these kinds of questions. Do you teach skills that go beyond what's on the road test? How much time do you actually dedicate to highway driving? What is your specific plan for winter conditions? Do you offer any tools to help us structure all those hours of at-home practice? These questions cut right to the core of a school's real philosophy.
And that brings us right back to where we started, doesn't it? When you look at the price tag for driver's education, are you seeing it as a one-time expense you just have to pay to get a license? Or are you looking at it as a long-term investment in a lifetime of safe driving? The way you answer that question, well, that tells you everything you need to know.